Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Happy Friday to all of you. Hope you're all gearing up to have a fantastic weekend. We have a fantastic show coming your way on the channel today. Eagles breakout candidates, 5 of them to be exact. With all of these players, we'll predict and project their stats for the upcoming 2022 season. But before that, if you love the birds, fly Eagles fly, and hit that thumbs up icon. So we start off with breakout candidate number 1. It's Jalen Hurts. Now, from a couple of standpoints, last year Jalen Hurts was really just okay as a passer, and that's been the storyline all throughout his NFL career. But going into year 3, he has a great opportunity in his second year as a starter to really grow as a passer, because this offense has the makings of being one of the best and most explosive in the National Football League. So you look at what he did in 2021. There were certainly some strides that he made as a passer, and overall he's a playmaker, and I don't think he gets enough credit for being a dual-threat quarterback who can really cause a lot of havoc through the air and on the ground. That's part of his game. He's not a traditional drop-back passer, as evidenced by the numbers last year. He completed 61% of his passes, threw for 3,100 yards, only 16 touchdowns to 9 picks. But these are my stat predictions for Jalen Hurts here in 2022, because now he has A.J. Brown. He has another year with Devontae Smith. I think Dallas Goedert is going to continue to grow. The offensive line protecting him is going to be great. Very deep as well, and I think that's going to help the ground game, which helps out Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, and also Jalen Hurts as a runner and as a passer. So completion percentage, I think, is going to go up a few points to 65 even. He's going to throw for 4,000 yards, a career high, obviously. The passing numbers are going to improve, as he will throw for 25 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Now, last year on the ground, Jalen Hurts was sneaky good. 139 carries, 784 yards, and 10 rushing touchdowns. I'd like to see him run the football a little bit less, but even if he runs the football to a certain level, even close to that level that he did last year, my goodness, he could really break out and have a fantastic year 3 in his second year as a starter. So what do you think, Philadelphia? Will Hurts have a breakout campaign? Let me know in the comment section. Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Be sure to get those votes in down below. Next up on our breakout candidates, Miles Sanders. A lot of you watching might say, Miles Sanders, he's already broken out. No, he hasn't. Has not rushed for more than 1,000 yards in a season. I think that comes to an end. 2021 was a very frustrating season for Sanders because of production. Early on in the season, Nick Sirianni did not prioritize running the football, and Miles Sanders all year didn't have a rushing touchdown. 137 carries, 754 yards on the ground, average yards per pop of 5.5, which was great. And I think that could be even better this upcoming season, because the offensive line and the passing attack are very good as well. Stat projection for Miles Sanders. He's going to tote the rock more so than he ever has before. 180 carries. He's going to surpass 1,000 rushing yards for the first time in his career, 1,100 yards, average yards per carry at 6.1 to go along with 6 rushing touchdowns. And Sanders has all the makings of surpassing 1,000 yards on the ground. He just hasn't had ample opportunities, or things haven't gone his way. I think this is a really big year for him. He's looking to land a contract with Philly or another team going into that final year of his rookie contract. This is a prove-it year for Miles Sanders. We've seen him working out all throughout the offseason. I think it pays its dues. It pays big dividends, and Miles Sanders also breaks out with his fellow backfield member in Jalen Hurts. Now, I do think that Kenneth Gainwell could be on this list as a breakout candidate, because I love the diversification to his game as a runner and as a pass catcher. Who has a better year? I know some of you aren't the biggest Miles Sanders fans, so let me know in the comment section. MS for Miles Sanders if you think he's going to break out, or if you think Kenneth Gainwell is going to be the breakout player for the Eagles at the running back position, then type KG. Either way, this is a good problem to have for Nick Sirianni, having a couple of really good backs on this team. You have to put Boston Scott into the equation as well, but who has a better year? Predict it for me right now. Breakout candidate number 3, Dallas Goedert at the tight end spot. What's been the constant theme with all 3 of these players? Hurts, Sanders, Goedert. They have shown ability. They have shown so much potential. They just haven't quite broken through as some of the best at their respective positions just yet, even though they've certainly shown flashes of breaking through and becoming preeminent players at their respective positions. 2021 stats for Dallas Goedert. He was targeted 76 times. He reeled in 56 catches for 830 yards and 4 touchdowns. Goedert is one of the best all-around tight ends in the game. Very good through the air on any route, especially going down the seam with that physicality. He is a very good run blocker, too. But with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, Jalen Hurts, all having another year to get acclimated in this offense, I do think that having those other weapons is also going to open up an avenue and a lot of opportunities for Dallas Goedert to finally break out. So my prediction for Goedert's stats here this upcoming season, he's going to get targeted 85 times. He's going to reel in 70 catches for a total of 950 yards and 8 touchdowns. Zach Ertz in the prime years of his career as a Philadelphia Eagle, if he put up these numbers during any year, we were like, wow, Zach Ertz, that's a fantastic year, one of the best tight ends in the game. Dallas Goedert has all of that potential, yards after the catch ability. He can break tackles better than Zach Ertz. He's a better blocker than Ertz as well, and I think Goedert finally going to burst onto the scene here in 2022 as one of the game's best tight ends. He's there from a skill set standpoint. From a numerical point of view, though, hasn't quite gotten there. Speaking of that conversation, where do you think Goedert ranks among all tight ends right now with the Travis Kelce's, the Darren Wallers, and the George Kittles? Fill in the blank for me. Goedert is a top blank tight end. You let me know. 2 more players to get to. We now shift from the offensive side of the football to the defensive side of the football with a former first-round pick who re-upped with the Eagles this year in free agency because he wanted to prove to Philadelphia that he was worthy of that first-round pick. Now, for Derek Barnett, the pass rush ability has certainly shown up on the tape. So, too, have quarterback pressures. Now, when we talk about sacks, I look at them like wins and losses for a pitcher. It doesn't tell the whole story. ERA is more of an indication of how good or how bad a pitcher is. With pass rushers, I think that same argument can be had with sack production. So 2020, 13 games played, 34 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, 16 quarterback hits. Last year, though, the numbers went down from a sack production standpoint, from 5.5 down to 2. Quarterback hits down from 16 to 10. Similar games played, the exact same, 13 and 13. Tackles up last year, tackles for loss the same, but it's time for Derek Barnett to finally prove everybody that he is a quality pass rusher, and he was worthy of that first-round selection. So I think he finally breaks out this year because now on the defensive line, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Josh Sweat, Jordan Davis. Derek Barnett isn't going to be facing a lot of double teams. He's motivated, wants to make good on that contract, and honestly, if he has these numbers, 9 sacks, 50 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, and 15 quarterback hits, that contract that he signed, a straight-up bargain for Howie Roseman and the Birds. Do you believe in Derek Barnett? We've always waited out hope for Barnett to finally put it all together. Is this the year where he finally does? B for you're a believer, F for he's a fraud. Let me know. And if you think I'm a fraud, you can type F for fraud, hashtag where's Mott. Now, we're not talking about A.J. Brown on today's show, but we're so excited about A.J. Brown in the midnight green. If you want to get one of his jerseys, they are flying off the shelves like crazy, thanks to today's presenting sponsor, Fanatics. If you want an A.J. Brown jersey, because now he's going to be rocking the number 11, that is official, so that we can forget about Carson Wentz, chatsports.com/AJ Brown. Multiple sizes available, multiple colors available in the midnight green, the white, which is an underrated jersey, by the way, and the black. One more time, chatsports.com/AJ Brown for you to get your hands on an A.J. Brown jersey. I'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. Lastly, breakout candidate number 5 to round out our list. It's Marcus Epps. We talked about him on Thursday's show. Right now, it looks as though he's slotted to be the starting safety which I think is interesting for a couple of reasons, right? You have Anthony Harris on the back end, and Marcus Epps could flank him, and I think it's going to be a training camp competition worth watching between him and Kayvon Wallace. Darius Slay, when asked this week at the NovaCare complex about players who could break out, went out of his way to talk about Marcus Epps. The coaching staff really likes him. A lot of people have been talking about him as really having a very good season. He's been a rotational defensive player, occasional special teams guy. If he is the starting safety and he lives up to the expectations that the coaching staff has for him, as well as his fellow defenders on that defensive side of the ball under defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon, then Marcus Epps could break out as well and be better than the 62 tackles, 5 pass breakups, and 1 interception, which are pretty good numbers last year. 5 PBUs as a safety, pretty solid. That could go up to 10 in 2022. So those are our top 5 Eagles breakout candidates for the 2022 season, with statistical projections and predictions that nobody else here on the internet is doing. That's why you subscribe to the channel. Name your number 1 Eagles breakout candidate, and another reminder to subscribe for the number 1 Eagles coverage right here on YouTube. When you do that, hit that bell icon, hit that notifications button. Therefore, anytime we go live, anytime we publish a video, you will be notified. And also here on the channel, you subscribe because we show you love. We are a channel of Philadelphia. We are a channel of the people. For those of you who turned on your notifications and subscribed recently, shout out to you for supporting everything that we do. Ricky T, Ryan Rowe, Walouz, Bradley Pulse, James Remington, Anthony Allen, Unspoken Words, The Future JR, William Chrisman, and Jeremy Colon. All of you are devout supporters of Philadelphia Eagles now, and if you want to give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram, you see the handle down below at Chase_Senior. I made it easy for all of you. It's the same handle on both social media platforms. It's been a straight-up blast being able to cover in for Thomas Mott all throughout the week, who has been touring Europe. A lot of you like me. Some of you dislike me. I've kept my eye on the comment section either way. Whether you like me or you hate me, I love you. Because if you're a hater, that means you just love me and hate me at the same time. It's all good. Thanks for watching today's show. Don't forget to subscribe.